What's
Oh man,
good,
Woo.
Nothing I think that Money in
man?
the Bank
What a
was
show!
it
What a
was
show!
And
it,
London
I'll put it like
brought it
this:
to life.
was it past expectations?
Yes.
In a sense, yes, very much so. Like there was a lot of shit that went down that was not supposed to go down.
Mm-hmm.
There was things that the dirt sheets were actually spot on.
Or
One of
didn't
them
know.
was, huh?
I said, or didn't know, because
Or
no one
didn't
knew John.
know.
Yeah, no one knew John Cena was gonna be there.
Yeah.
No one
I
knew
know
that.
nobody definitely expected a heel turn to happen.
No one expected for Jay. Well, I told people.
Well,
I'm
yeah,
just quoting.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna talk
see,
my shit tonight. I swear to God, I'm talking
Oh,
my
yeah,
shit.
shit.
I'm about to say I don't know how many episodes, especially Hill for Life podcast, we said Jay started
It's,
this storyline.
it's
Jay
got
should be
to
the
be the
one
one to end.
to end it.
Yes.
And this was a good start because I just said to Reese off air that 3 years, and they kept saying that too. Like, okay, because we said, okay, if they lose, Solo go take the pin and keep Roman strong. But goddamn,
Mm-hmm.
this is gonna be the most talked about thing probably to Monday, but
And then,
for this
Just
no.
weekend
about.
definitely.
And you know what? I like kind of caught it like right after it happened. I was like, you notice Cole did bring up when was the last time Roman got pinned, but
Yeah.
today was the first time he actually brought up the actual date. And I
Right?
was like,
Yeah, because they
wow.
they always bring up who pinned him. You know, that's
Yep.
that's his last claim to fame until he brought that damn lone wolf thing back this week. But
Mm-hmm.
they've
Mm-hmm.
been talking about who pinned him, but they never said the date, like you just said. And when they said the date, I'm like, oh no, he might get pinned.
Hey, Brandon.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
it was, I mean, and the storytelling, like it's as a Roman Reigns match, it always start off slow, then
Hmm.
picks up, and then when that referee bump, like, oh, here we go again. But,
Mm-hmm.
but
Yeah.
and I
Mm-hmm.
also know the referee got hurt because that scream he did. But I was like, oh, he really
Yep.
hurt. Well, we'll
I
see
was
what
like, man.
happens.
And that
I was like, man,
and
this pussy right here. Oh my
I,
goodness.
what's that? Yeah, that
I
oh
mean, he
shit
talking
promo.
about. I'm like, bro, like, dude got pushed out the ring. Ah!
right,
Ah!
right.
I'm like, dude, you were fucking pussy. I mean, dude, get the fuck out the
No,
ring.
no. Hey Dylan, let me just say this right now. I don't think they buried L.A. Knight. In fact, I think I think thanks to this Los Angeles crowd, I think they said they felt like certain cities he was getting that applause, but this crowd was 100%
Yeah.
behind L.A. Knight.
Oh, London was
They
like
was
down for him. But you know what though? I'll tell you. Well, actually, we'll get into it like when we get to the actual show.
yeah.
But
I agree.
I'll say this: Reese was definitely surprised that maybe it shouldn't have been a surprise.
I was like I don't disagree with the outcome.
Hmm.
As much as I wanted LA Knight, and we was hearing about LA Knight was favored to win, and that they had like a little disagreement because Papa Vince wanted Logan to win.
Yeah,
I'm glad someone stood on their fucking ground and said no, no.
yeah.
I was so happy,
I mean,
but
at least somebody
And I'm
did.
also glad that Logan Paul was getting beat down after that
oh
match
god
too.
damn it, he deserved it. Come on, man. They all
Yep.
wrestled to get in that match. All he did was walk in and said, "I'm in the match." Come on, man. So
And that needs to stop.
Yep.
Like that whole shit where, hey, I feel entitled because like I got a whole bunch of followers
hmm
on social media that, what I'm saying, like I deserve to take your spot. Like that shit
yeah.
is getting ridiculous.
And not taking
Um
away from Logan, like Logan, you pick up way better than a history of celebrities ever did. You and Bad Bunny pretty open our eyes that
and,
some
and
people
and
actually
I would
getting
give
down.
them that much. I would give them that much
Yeah.
credit, like
hmm
for real. Like these motherfuckers have took bumps. These man has like literally was trained. I mean, trained
hmm
6 months, 6 months to a year. You know what I'm saying? Type of shit like that. And that's why I say this is where I will give them that much respect.
Right. That's the only thing I just didn't like. And Reese, me and you talk, and I was very upset when he got he got into that match. Like, no. I was
No.
upset, but like
Oh yeah, you was sounding like heel when Cody showed up for last year's WrestleMania.
I was just I mean, like I
Now
said, he was
that
very
right there, I'm glad that Cody didn't win because like Cody needs to suffer. Cody needs to learn that you do not come in a fucking company and then expect people to give you all the flowers because you jump from one company to another. That I'm glad he did not win.
Yep.
I am going to enjoy dissecting Cody and Dominic's match because
you know what I liked about that match. The only thing I liked about that match that it was not a long match.
and it should have been a long match. That match shouldn't even happen, but you know, I guess they're trying to.
That was a basic Raw match.
But the thing is, though, remember they just today they announced that they changed the whole order around because the
And they should have,
the backlash when they said that's what we main event, the backlash that they got, I was so happy
because I'm like, number one, who the fuck even thought of that shit? Number one, who thought of that?
Yeah.
For that to be the main event.
Hopefully that person is fired.
Yes.
Look at my face. We all know who thought about that damn
man. Well, yeah, and that's why I said, like, bro, like you should stay retired. I mean, like, dead ass.
That's why I said I'm so happy with this event that somebody put their fucking foot down, and the decisions that was made tonight was some good damn decisions.
Yes,
good damn decisions, and came out to was it a 10 for 10 show? No, but was it a good show that we was entertained and the crowd was into it? Hell yeah.
I would say but we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna start. We're like at the 7-minute mark. So everyone, remember to share the podcast. Please share the podcast around. Like, comment, do all that good shit that you guys do in the Heel Nation, and we're going to give you all the good shit. And yeah, stay tuned and enjoy the show.
Good shit, pal.
Real good shit.
Really,
real good shit, pal.
Real good shit.
It looks like you lost another one.
It's just the fact that I'm highly dedicated to the grind. And I ain't never fake, boy, I'm like this all the time. And I'ma do me, it don't matter how you feel. And I'ma win even if I lie, cheat or steal. That's just real, I don't care if I leave the opposition feeling ripped off. And it's only cheating if you get caught. If you ain't with me, homie, I can never love ya. If you don't like it, I got 2 words for ya. I just rather lie, cheat, and steal. It's cool being faces, better being the heel. And I don't ever care how they feel. It's cool being faces, better being the heel. And they don't wanna see me in the field. It's cool being faces, better being the heel. No matter what, I'ma keep it real. It's cool being faces, better being the heel.
Going on, wrestling true believers? It's a great day in. No, let me do that again. What's up, wrestling true believers? It's a great day in London.
Yeah, it is.
I am your boy, Mr. Team Bring It. Yes, and everybody. Shout out to Mr. Rocky Reese that he turns 20 today, as you can see with the with the cut, you know. But yeah, shout out to Mr. Rocky Reese and shout out to all everybody that is joining us right now. Well, number one, you already know who the fuck I am. I mean, Mr. Disrespectful, the man that cannot be duplicated, the final boss of your story, and yes, you know what I'm saying, all that good shit.
And don't forget that he's Mr. but I digress.
Oh yes, the T-shirt. As you can see,
yes.
The king of Mr. But I digress. Oh no, not the cock shot. I'm sorry. No,
inspired by Razor and Tune.
Very much so.
Yeah.
But hi, y'all. What's going on? Let's go around the room so that you know what I'm saying. Like, I'm Chris. How you doing?
And of course, I am our birthday boy, Rockin' Reese.
Yes, the birthday boy. And I'm your boy, the enforcer, Mr. Attention Getter. Let's get on with the show, man. This was a good weekend so far.
Yes. And so, everybody, please do not jump ahead. We're going to talk about all the matches. We're not going to talk about the matches that you want because, like I said, it's very vital to talk about this pay-per-view because it pretty much leads into SummerSlam. So, so let's go on with the first match. The first match was the men's ladder match. So let's go ahead and talk about this.
Yeah, please do.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Thank you, Leon.
The fuck? I'm sorry. Damn.
I gotta laugh. At least two of them look like.
I'm sorry. Yeah, one of them do look manly.
Also,
but yes, this one right here. This one. Yeah. Let's get into that.
Also, if our homeboy Derek is watching, Woogie Man, happy birthday!
Oh yes. Shout out Woogie.
Yeah,
this car crash.
But yeah, first of all, Logan Paul. I mean, damn. I was about to say, I ain't see a dude get this beat down I ain't see a dude get this beat down since like the LA police riots. Because that's pretty much how badly everybody wanted to get after him.
Oh man. Yeah, but see, he deserves, like I said, when they work their ass off to get qualified to get in this match, he just comes in like 2 weeks before time to go and say, "Oh, guess what, fellas? I'm in," and you didn't fucking earn it. I mean, yeah, you a viral, you a moment, you all that, but you didn't earn it. So I would have had surrounded him. I probably would have. I don't care all script. I probably would have put his ass to a ladder or something. But but one thing I gotta say about him in this match. He took some major bumps and took some risks. Again, I will give him that credit. Like, he does take this seriously. And he did take some that shooting star press between those ladders. I'm like, what? It looked like a straight up reverse upside down DDT because they missed something. I don't know what him and Ricochet missed, but they slipped. Well, other than that, the fall.
Yeah, because Logan Paul landed right on his head.
Yeah,
when they tried that Spanish fly.
Yeah, and Paul landed right on his head, and Paul was cut. Yeah,
he was
cut right here. Yeah, right there on his shoulder.
Yeah, Ricochet. But also, I gotta admit the surprise of this match. I would have naturally thought that, like Butch, by the way, shout out London for giving the Bruiserweight chance. Mm-hmm. We still remember, but I would have thought Butch would have been the most overseeing. He was the home countryman, but it was actually LA Knight who actually got the pops in this match.
Now we were talking matter of fact, we were talking before we came on here. A lot of people think that LA Knight was buried. I would say that this I would say this put a hinder on his momentum, I would say, per se. But the dark horse won, like the ones that never thought that this man was going to win. Mm-hmm. Like Damian Priest have been a lurking threat, but he has been putting in a lot of work for like the last 6 months. So we have to give him that much credit. Plus, there is a underlining new story that's going on with the not bloodline, but with the Judgment Day. Mm-hmm. So we have to read in between the lines. Like, okay, why would this person over here, which is hot, which is LA Knight, why would he win? And what role would he play in the Undisputed Championship with Roman Reigns? Or with the World Heavyweight Championship? He has no ties at all. It literally will be happening out of nowhere. With Damian Priest, he has ties with Seth Rollins. He has ties with Roman Reigns. So which one will be a little bit better? With like, which one would you go after first? Like, you know, the person that got more ties, or the person that just literally came out of nowhere.
And
so
I was about to say, the thing about that is, like you just said, if they would have put it on him, they would have just had him like Austin Theory when he had it, and just hold on to it. But you got the situation with Damian Priest, which I don't know, but it looks like it's going to be some trouble in the Judgment Day, and they've been
trouble
teasing
in
this,
paradise, basically.
right? They've been teasing this like someone gonna get kicked out of the Judgment Day and someone will get replaced. Now, it would JD McCullum, would he be a good fit for Judgment Day? And who place he gonna take, Finn, or he gonna take Damian Priest's place? See, there's a story developing now. We get into another story other than the bloodline, and makes sense for LA Knight. I'm not saying he got buried, because that crowd was freaking electric. Every time he got the offense, they was happy. When he got touched, even when Butch, Pete Dunne, whatever you want to call him, punched him. He the hometown boy. He got booed, you know. So they're still, all they gotta do now. They got the energy for him. All they gotta do is find a perfect spot to pull him in, and it better not be another damn pitch black, because that could have hindered him right there.
No.
So what's going on? Brenda Brown. Brenda, she said that Damian Priest was the better choice. She also said that Damian is going to lead Judgment Day, and JD is going to be the replacement.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
That's how I'm feeling too.
It's been teased once he got drafted. He got his interview. You saw Finn in the background. Then another week you saw Finn talking to him. So and like I said, like we said, is a story with him winning the Money in the Bank, which we will talk about later about, but him winning the Money in the Bank, and he even said himself, don't forget, even though we in our head still it's a WWE title or the World Heavyweight title, he got the any title. And you know that's one thing Finn go try to put in his head, like, hey, go after the
maybe go to NXT or something.
Go after that. You know how Triple H did to Batista, like, go to SmackDown, I'm gonna run Raw. So he can still go after Seth, because again, I don't want to jump ahead because we're gonna talk about that later. But I'm not even mad about this choice. I'm not. This is good. This is a good choice, and plus, it's something that we've been begging for I don't know how many years. You're making new stars.
Yes, and that's the whole point, making new stars. But let's go on to the next match. What was the
now we got the women's tag titles.
Yeah, so everybody, you know how I feel about this bitch over here, like these two bitches.
Rodriguez.
Yeah, Rodriguez, you know what I'm saying? Like the roadmap of a back, you know, the back that, you know, broke back yesterday, you know, whatever. And then her. Okay. So this is a match that I really I watched, but I really didn't. I mean, my dick went limp, like, you know, and not because I'm gay. It's just the simple fact that I just didn't care for the match. That's until maybe 5 minutes, like probably toward the end of the match, when Shayna Baszler just
the shock of the century.
Like I'm sitting up here like, wait, what?
So so when people say they scratched their head, it came out of nowhere, you gotta go back to when Shayna was teaming up with Natalya, and Ronda came in saying, "Hey, are you gonna be in this tag team, or are you gonna be back to being the ass kicker, breaking bones, and taking limbs?"
You know, remember I used to be a killer,
right?
And see this, and people bearing this match already. I get it. I feel your energy. However, this is what happens when we say bathroom breaks a little bit too much, and then we miss the vital shit.
Right.
This was one of them times, because listen, my head was like this, and then when I turn my head, I see Shayna choking out Ronda Rousey. I'm just like, what the fuck is going on right here?
Perfect camera work too. because it was all on Ronda again doing her little smack thing and all that stuff. And all you saw was a damn arm come on. No, she hit it from behind first. Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
We thought somebody came from the audience because it could have been Shayna, but it was Shayna Baszler.
Yeah.
And I was like, whoa. So I guess they worked because this was teased ever since last year. They wanted Ronda against Baszler one-on-one, but they didn't know how to do it. The story was right there anyway, people. They didn't have to do it because they've been friends for a long time. I've told you the one of the curse words in wrestling is to say best friends. And
curse words, right? Keywords, curse words.
Keyword, best friends.
Yeah,
and
Hook will tell you.
Yes, we don't want to go there again.
But, yeah, trust me. I saw Thursday's Wolfpack, but that's another story, another time. But here's where this like really it was a head scratcher for me because it was like, other than that one incident where Ronda went up to Shayna and said, "I remember when you used to be a killer." I was like, there was really no dissension between the two. So, or at least none that was communicated. And then when you look at some of their interactions,
that's right.
Like, yeah, it was like when they were going through that period, there was really no sign of dissension, no hint of an argument, but at least on the surface. But you think about it. And what if we always said after Shayna's NXT run that she should have been at least a couple times world champion, but yet Ronda, got the championship within months of her debut with the Raw title. Then when she came back to win the Royal Rumble this year after like a couple years off, then she gets the SmackDown Women's title. So it's like Rousey's getting all these titles, but yet Shayna was kind of only in the tag division or like losing championship matches.
So this is the one. She should have won WrestleMania against Becky.
So let me just address this comment right here. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Antonio Hunter says that this storyline it will go absolutely nowhere. So already your energy is already negative. Ronda is giving Shayna a big rub by giving this feud started. But they have no long-term plans for Shayna. So are you Professor X or some type of shit? Now, I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but my whole thing is like, it irritates me that you already got negative energy. And then half you motherfuckers is sitting back and talking about, oh, well, Shayna needs to get away from Ronda. You've seen that shit tonight. You still got the fucking problem. So like, I'm just saying, like, does anything...
Y'all did, and the thing... Before anybody said this storyline is actually going nowhere, it's already going somewhere. I told you that curse.
I mean, like, you got the separation, but yet you're still angry. And then you say that there's no long-term. Are you the booker? No, you're not. It's just, you're just basically, I guess you're speculating that this is not going to go anywhere because, like, I don't know if you don't like Ronda or if you don't like Shayna, but my whole thing is this. For me, it's a dream match. For me, Shayna versus Ronda. I mean, two women that were from the UFC, and you telling me you don't like this shit?
And not only that, like like we said, the history of them being in UFC, the history of them sparring, yes, MMA horsewomen. Let's watch this story. I'm gonna put it right now. Shayna Baszler was always in the shadow of Ronda Rousey. That's the ultimate wrestling. That's the ultimate wrestling card. You want to get out the shadow of somebody. Triple H want to get the shadow of Shawn Michaels. Owen want to get out on the shadow of Bret Hart.
Exactly.
Shayna Baszler always in the shadow of Ronda Rousey.
It's basically Charlotte and Becky, but except with the UFC version.
Yeah, they are. Hell, we might hear me now. We might see the best of Ronda Rousey out of this. You never know. We don't know. I mean, granted, I love what you just said. History suggests, but also we want to give it some time to breathe. We don't want to just shit on it as soon as we get what we wanted. So let's say good example, because you already said it. I might as well air it out. When we saw Hook turn heel, we like, all right, let's see what happens next. We didn't say, oh, this shit's gonna be buried already. Let's see what happens.
Oh, are you Jungle Boy?
Jungle Boy, excuse me. Jungle Boy turn heel. we said, let's see what happens next. So let's see what happens. This is on, I don't know, it's gonna be on Raw. I forgot what show they got drafted on. But let's see what happens next. If it start off slow and then the match come off and it's terrible, you're right. But if it comes out fire and shit, again, this is wrestling. We never know what happens, and especially 2023. We never know what's gonna happen. We could have a great booking and a terrible match, or we could have a fucked up booking and have a great match. It's something like that. I just want to wait and see what happens because, like you just said, this is a dream damn match.
No, they're actually Raw.
They're on Raw. Oh
yeah.
Okay. So it's still it's a dream match.
I thought they were SmackDown at first, but yeah, they're Raw.
It's a dream match for those that followed them in their MMA career and came into the indie. Well, Shayna Baszler was in the indies, and then and we thought we was gonna get 4 horsewomen versus 4 horsewomen, but we all know what happened there. The next best thing is Baszler Ronda, and the big stage is SmackDown possibly on SummerSlam possibly. That could be money. It could be.
Very much so. But as far as the match go, didn't give a fuck. Didn't care for the winners. Let's move on.
Those belts need to go in the trash like the damn 24/7 belts.
I mean, they're basically that's what it is in the women's division.
She's an expert at doing that.
It's the women's. I mean, it's basically the women's 24/7 title belts. No one cares. Let's move on. Exactly.
Intercontinental titles next.
So I'm trying to figure out, like, it's like, I don't know. I don't know if I like this match. I don't know if I hate this match. I don't know. Like, it just didn't give me shame. It didn't give me Sheamus versus Gunther vibes, I guess, because though that match was great. Like my focus was in the match, but I found myself wandering off somewhere else. It's just like my attention just was not in this match. I mean, I felt the slaps from Gunther, but there was a lot of I don't know. I just wasn't into this match. But after the match, Drew McIntyre decided to come out and surprise everybody. And him and Gunther had a face off, and he butted the hell out of Gunther and then did a Claymore or whatever like that. That was dope. But other than that, like I didn't care for the match.
The match under exceeded. For those that are
that's a good name. That's a good word for it. Yeah, under exceeded. Yeah.
I watched these two wrestle in progress, which shout out to Cole for bringing that up. I watched these two wrestled in WXW, which is on the Peacock on the network. They did not reach not even halfway of that match at all. And Walter, I think this was just pretty much putting another win under the Walter's belt. And they trying to sell the injury Matt Riddle ankle. Yeah. Get that. I mean, this man chopped the man. He smacked the man foot. Okay. All right. And he won with a fucking, he chopped the man foot 3 times.
Yeah.
And then he pinned him.
Yeah. And that was the whole goal. Like before, it's because, Riddle is considered a strong opponent for most folks or whatever. Like when he fought Seth, he took Seth to the limit. Yeah. And other folks or whatever. Now, this is where Brenda, I agree with her comment. Riddle has really lost the spark because, like, number one, he's too focused on Randy. That's number one. And then number two, he don't know how to stay away from the coke. That's why I call him a flower ranger, a putty. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, he came from the putty factory. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything that I see on him is just a whole bunch of dust. Yeah, like I don't know, like
controversy he getting into is like
why in the fuck are you showing your dick online? Number one, like no one wants to see that shit. Like it's weird. It's weird as fuck.
Right.
But I digress.
I'm sorry. I'm definitely gonna say, and I like Matt Riddle, the guy before he got WWE, but hell, I like Matt Riddle in NXT, but yeah, he's not the guy. Okay, he's not the guy. Yes, he did submit to, but the thing is, this was not even about Matt Riddle. This is about the big surprise. As everybody called, Drew was going to come back on Money in the Bank in the home country because he could have came back a long time ago because he already re-signed and he became an American citizen. but they knew he gonna get the big pop over in
Mhm.
London, and that's what it's about. So I get that, and y'all setting up probably a match for SummerSlam, which another one I get that, and a credible opponent for Gunther. If you saw WrestleMania, you know exactly what I mean. There's gonna be stiff ass shots. There's gonna be everything. There's gonna be old European style, strong styles going on there, and that's what they want, because that's what everybody's starting to get used to with Gunther and his Intercontinental title reign. The ones that we love the best is the ones that he had with Sheamus, and the ones he had in the WrestleMania, and that was stiff as hell, body shots and all that stuff. So that's what we're gonna get. So that's what this match is all about. It was just a placement match to give us Drew McIntyre coming back.
And also on a historic note, congratulations now to Gunther now surpassing. Let's see, who did you just have passed?
Was it Macho
Yep,
Man?
he just passed. He just passed Don Morocco for fourth all time on the Intercontinental list.
Way before my time.
Yep.
Way before my time.
And before Honky Tonk Man, he's now 70 days away from being the all-time winner.
I just care about that racist being dethroned. That's all I care about. Everybody else, I don't give a fuck about, because like number one, they were before my time. So let's move on.
Oh, except for Savage. But
Savage, yes. Cream of the crop. Yes. I love Savage.
Don Morocco, he was the Intercontinental champion before I was born. So there you go.
Right.
I know who he is, people, but we just saying, just keep it real.
All right. Then next up, speaking of matches that weren't long and thankfully were short and not the main event. Yeah, Cody versus the supposed jailbird.
Worst match of the night. It was just Dom. Dom to me he has go away heat. Let's just keep the shit real. He's not Rey Mysterio. He's not Eddie Guerrero. I don't want to hear those. He's a he is a parody of Rey Mysterio and Eddie Guerrero. Do not sit here and tell me that this man is going to be a world champion. This man knows how to get nuclear heat because he has a punchable face. Let's not get the shit twisted, okay? Now, as far as Cody Rhodes go, Cody is being punished because Triple H did not forget that throne breaking incident in AEW. And if you think that this man forgot about that shit, I think you should really check how petty Triple H has been in the fucking past and during his career as a WWE superstar.
It'll click with you, folks.
Once again, I digress.
Listen, this match, I think y'all just said it before, it should have been on Raw. It should not be.
Most definitely. This should have never been on a pay-per-view.
And Brenda, I'm going to definitely agree with two things you just said. Cody did not need this match, and Cody is paying his dues. Okay?
Exactly.
I'll get the third. Dom need to start at NXT.
Yes.
Very much so.
But
ding.
You know what about that? I'm going to say this about the same respect I give Jade for working during the pandemic. That's as much, just half of that I give to Dom, because it's the pandemic, you had no fans and all that stuff, and you pretty much was learning the learning tree from Ray and Seth at the time, because that was his first match, Seth, right? But that, like you just said, the punchable face, the fans, he got that I call it the Vicky Guerrero heat, because you remember when Vicky Guerrero had that damn mic, you couldn't hear from her. I get that. This match, I guess you're gonna say that Cody needed a win because his last match he lost to Brock, and he needed to get back on the winning trail. That's all. But this shit should have been on Raw.
Yeah,
it should not have been. But I'm so happy about this factor only because I was pissed off when I said on the Wolfpack podcast, why was this shit even mentioned in the main event slot?
And Derek said this. He said that Dom Dom is just a freaking comedy act. He is not to be taken serious when he went in the Judgment Day or
Damn.
with the Judgment Day. He's a bit over because of Rhea, and we were also talking about this. We were also talking about this too during the pay-per-view. Rhea, my problem with her is that you're world champion and yet you're playing second fiddle to Dom, which bothers me.
That bothers you. This is the second thing that bothers me. Why are you facing Natalya again?
Why? I be telling everybody that fucking Natalya is a fucking charity case that is not to be taken serious. Even with her plastic surgery, she is not to be taken serious at all. I'm like, dude, just kill the bitch and just get her over with. That's just it. I am bringing my fucking heel persona because I am tired of looking at her fucking Maybelline fucked up fucking face. I'm tired of looking at her. For real.
Maybe she's good with it. She definitely ain't.
Yes, Natty need to fucking retire or get ran over by a fucking bus. It's either one of the two.
I think that's the way they're going. The way I'm looking at it is she's doing this sympathy thing and she losing her confidence, blah blah. Yep. But I'm not even worried about Natty right now. What I'm worried about is you got a women's world champion and you can't give her competition.
And she's being treated like China. It's like
right.
It just don't make sense because I'm like, number one, I'm like, you're pretty, but when you put on that Maybelline face or when you put on that zombie, shit, it's just like, girl, like, listen, if you are trying to be like China is only once in a lifetime, okay? Her and Eddie fit well together as Latino Heat and Mamacita. If she's trying to do that, she's not doing a good job. I'm sorry.
I'm going with China and Triple H. That's what they're doing. They trying to, like, China used to be the one that buys from the man while she was facing Triple H and all that shit. And Triple H, I listen. You're a powerful woman, Rita. We know that. You one of the strongest women in the roster.
But she is no Mamacita.
No. God damn it.
No.
Hell
no.
Listen, HE.
No.
Give me 5 to 6 L's at that. Hell no. She's not China.
No.
Okay.
Think about it with the WWE.
Was more agile too.
Yes, and then she didn't have to talk. She didn't need to.
No. China was a silent killer. China would just lurk around the ring, have her arms folded. If you came closer, your ass was getting whooped, and that's it. Rita is not that. Rita is a freaking. She is the wrestler. She is the powerhouse. Hell, y'all right now, y'all is discrediting that WrestleMania match she just had, that classic WrestleMania match she had, because she had not had a great match since.
Not at all.
Here's the problem. All of the good competition for us over on SmackDown.
Sure.
Yeah.
But if they would have, now see, this is the thing. I would have. Don't get now. I know I'm gonna get hit for this one, but honestly, I would have loved the rematch with her and Charlotte. I would love the rematch with her and Charlotte. I would love to get that fucking match that we should have got last year before she got something wrong with her. Her and Bianca Belair. I would love if Hero would come out and say, I'm gonna cash this on you, and they have a. I doubt she gonna do a face off, But you're right. Most of the competition is on SmackDown, but that's not Rhea's fault.
Sure.
That is whoever made this damn draft board, because honestly,
it's probably Snitsky.
Who's on?
Let me go to this comment real quick. So you know the deal. WWE has no clue on what to do with Rhea because she had zero competition. I think you just mentioned that just now, and this is where it will make you and break you. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you don't know how to book correctly, you are literally killing their momentum. You're killing their image, and that is what's going on with Rhea right now. She is literally taking the Kofi Kingston route. Honestly, it's like your win was huge and it had importance, but the aftermath That's what counts the most. Because right now it's just like you're just a side bitch. You're a side piece.
Yep.
That's basically it. You know,
And
no one's gonna talk about the shit, but they're like literally, that is what Rhea Ripley is taking right now, to a backseat to Dom.
And I'm about to say, let's put this in perspective. You got a Hall of Famer that don't need to win. What's up, my brother? Real.
What up?
You got a Hall of Famer that don't need to prove shit. She just did supposed to be mentoring. Zoe Starks, as my brother who just got here, I got to quote you on this. The oldest 27-year-old we ever seen in our life. But she got the coolest finisher move. But is she ready to take on Rhea? You don't know. Then you got Becky Lynch. Do you want to see a Becky Lynch versus Rhea Ripley match? If so, would this make Rhea Ripley a huge win? Would they put her over against Becky? Do they need to put her over against Becky?
I would think so.
Other than that, I don't know who else on the Raw roster could fuck with Rhea Ripley in the right story.
That's the sad thing about this whole situation too.
I want to bring up something too. So I'm reading a comment from, not a comment, no, but this was from the WWE press conference that Triple H said that he reads the dirt sheets and said that 75% of what was reported is fake. He also said that it was news to him that Drew McIntyre is unhappy with the WWE. Just want to put that out there.
I mean, you're gonna say that. I mean, I might agree. You do read the dirt sheets because, motherfucker, you do change our shit according to the dirt sheet. So I'm gonna agree with that one. But the fact that Drew McIntyre was unhappy, maybe he was. Like, dude, this dude was your champion during the pandemic. He was holding the fucking fort down, and the last time he even sniffed the title, before the Castle match, was the WrestleMania, which he lost the first match of WrestleMania against Bobby Lashley. So, what you expect us to believe? Like, this dude gave y'all a good damn match, a true threat match of WrestleMania, that he had nothing for him. I'll be unhappy too. I just got my ass whooped. I batter and bruised. Put me in the damn situation. I wanna be the fucking flag bearer of this company. You treat me like a goddamn fucking jobber. I could go somewhere and be a fucking face. I did before. I do it again. So put some respect on Drew's name. God damn it.
I'll say like one thing, and Tone, I'll even take you one deeper. Yeah, you said you said like Rhea's supposed to be like a China. Like, you know who else Rhea's kind of reminded me of? Sherry. Because if you remember how she was with Macho, how she was with Harlem Heat, how she was with $1 Million Man. I was like,
the only thing I would disagree with that is Sherry was not a physical. Like, she was physical, but she was not a dominant presence.
Yeah, it's not.
She was a fine chick that did some dominant shit. But you talking about Rhea Ripley?
What's up, Ken?
Let's keep it real. Rhea Ripley is the closest thing we had to China, but she's not China.
Yeah, right. But then again, I was also going on the fact of like how Chris brought up earlier. Is like, you know how when Sherry would like have all the makeup and stuff on.
Yeah.
But like,
she actually is beautiful. Outside,
I was like,
Sherry,
beautiful without the makeup. Yeah, she's beautiful.
You got beautiful Sherry. You got scary Sherry.
Yes.
you know.
And this is scary Rhea.
Yeah. And she's playing that part. I mean, listen,
exactly.
If really want to be pretty again, she'll blonde her hair and come out. She used to come out. But now she's a scary chick that buys slim men, but she's a world champion. Y'all not using her in that division.
And the sad thing about it is y'all haven't lined anybody up good for her. Like, look, what matches has she had since she won the title? She beat Zelina in Backlash in a very short match. Then she squashed Natty in Saudi Arabia. She's about to squash her again. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, because we
watch her again tomorrow.
Yep.
So I mean, so I mean, what do you do after that? Like, I mean, what do you do? And You know, that that basically, I mean, she's stagnant right now. You're not doing nothing with her. That 20 or 30 minutes that I'm pretty sure y'all gonna go to on the next segment about John Cena popping up, that 20 or minute or however long that segment lasted could have been used for a
Very much
rematch.
so. As a matter of fact,
You know,
what was the match? What was the match after
After
Cody
Dominic.
and what was that?
Yeah, because then after that, like Real said, was the Cena segment.
Okay,
And
so
then
let me discuss that real quick, and then we can just go around the room. Number one, that shit was totally unnecessary. So when I say that the WWE is petty as fuck, they are just petty from the video game. I've never seen this shit promoted like at 33%, and then saying like the highest rated game to date, and the beautiful graphics or whatever. I'm not gonna get into that game. I'm not going to get into that game because, like, number one, I said, hold on, birthday boy. Let me get this because I got to get this out. Number one, you might be the highest rated game that been around for 10 years unopposed. Let's talk about this shit. And then on top of that, you are a copy paste fucking game. There's nothing new about that game for you to say, oh, it's so high rated. It's not. Let's talk about the other two games before that game. It wasn't really actually that great, was it? It was not. But we're not talking about that. We're just talking about this fucking segment with John Cena coming out there talking about, I love all of you guys. You guys are so awesome. How about a WrestleMania? Yay! And everybody popped and shit. They're not getting no fucking WrestleMania. This is really all about countering AEW Wyndham Stadium. That is what this is really about. This is not about a fucking WrestleMania. This is a ploy to get the smoke off of AEW and turn their attention to the WWE. That is what this is about. This whole fucking segment. And then Wilder or whatever this dude, he comes out and just continuously for fucking 10 minutes, and I'm just like, could dude get the fuck off my TV? He get off my TV.
I think that's the first time he was, because he was injured. I think he had a ACL injury or something like that. That he looked. I'm like, oh, he's walking. He's hopping out. He's walking. Oh shit. So I'm like, all right, they go test him out, see if he can take a bump. That's what he was there to take that attitude adjustment, because that was the slowest I ever saw somebody. Because I thought he was gonna take it when he said when John was trying to leave and he grabbed him. Like, oh, John about to do it, and we gonna go off. But to go to your point, to 2 points, because that's exactly what I was gonna go to. Okay, so I got Fight Forever. Okay, and I just like told my wife, this game, it's nothing wrong with that game. That game is fucking good, fucking awesome. I just gotta get back to the use of the buttons because I've been playing this damn WWE shit for so long. I gotta get used to the damn buttons. So, but when they did that fucking shit, I think one of y'all told me that earlier today that they said it was like 30% off and all that shit.
Yes,
they did that, and yes, you're the highest rating because that was like you just said, the past 2 years was not the greatest fucking years y'all had.
And let's talk about fucking Battleground.
God.
They don't even talk about anymore at all.
No, Battleground.
That Battleground was a band-aid for that year that they skipped out on making 2K20. I forgot what year that 2K game is going to come out.
Yeah, that was supposed to be.
They substituted it for Battleground, which that
was about. Dude, WWE 2K20 was so bad. They didn't even do WWE 2K21.
Right.
They just skipped over that year and just say, okay, we'll bring out, WWE 2K22, but I don't want to get too far off base or whatever. Right. I'm just saying that story, that whole segment was just trash. It was just nothing more than a clout chasing moment. John Cena, I'm thinking John Cena was going to come out and say, hey, I'm going to come out. I'm going to wrestle this person at SummerSlam. Someone said that, John Cena is going to wrestle Roman Reigns. No, that was not the case.
No. I'm going to tell you this. Whatever happens on this All In, when you said it's not going to WrestleMania, if this All In Exactly. If this all
It's gonna
in
happen.
is successful, which you know it will be, if this all in is successful, they see that another company could do that. Oh, you know what, guys? WrestleMania, we gonna bring it. We fuck whoever
Yeah.
ever had neck.
And
Yeah.
so
And see, he brought up the point I was going to bring up. He brought up the point I was going to bring up. It's going to happen. It's going to happen because, like you said, they're doing this because All In is going to be at Wembley Stadium. So what they're going to do? They're going to have WrestleMania in London. It's going to be for 2 nights, and they're going to sell out both nights in Wembley Stadium. So they can one up AEW and say, you know what? We had 160,000 fans in the span of 2 nights at Wembley Stadium. That's what they're doing it for, because they're going to get 80,000
much
each
so.
night at
They gonna
least.
say, and they instead of Trish saying it, they need to say to the AEW, "Thank you AEW for showing us we can still sell out Wembley Stadium."
yeah,
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, it's just this
Exactly.
pettiness just makes no sense to me.
that was the point I was just getting ready to ask, because I didn't know if it was I don't even know if it was real or if it was crazy, but the entire time I was kept thinking, yeah, wouldn't it be petty if WWE did a WrestleMania that whole segment? And I was like, yeah, WWE would be that petty,
But
because
honestly, bro, they could again another thing that didn't have to be on the show. They could have done that on SmackDown. That could be a freaking segment on
Yes.
SmackDown. Y'all was in the same building on SmackDown. You could have done it on
Yes.
SmackDown, and done that segment on SmackDown. And dare I say, put one of those matches that was on SmackDown on the fucking pay-per-view. I might say the tag team title match that was on
since
SmackDown.
KO and them were in the skybox.
It was. I'm sorry.
I
I was going
do.
to say it was 35 minutes that should never happen.
Yes, and Ken, listen, I'm a pay ass bitch too. Dead ass. I'm one of the pettiest motherfuckers that you ever fucking meet. But that whole shit was just not needed. We didn't. First of all, your game, we don't even give a fuck about 2K23. If the real motherfuckers, like, come on now, it's just a big simulated game that's a copy and paste from last year. That's basically it. It's just probably 4K, models or whatever. They didn't do anything new or whatever. Like, dude, I don't give a fuck about 33% off that fucking game. Is it worth $38? Yes, it is. It is worth it. Because there's nothing new about the fucking game other than graphics. That's it.
Graphics and downloading characters.
That's it.
I do want to say this before y'all get to the next segment. Because it's gonna happen. They're gonna have it in London. They'll probably be like 3 or 4 years from now. I do want to say this real quick. This is just basically a statement. When they have it in London, I hope they understand that they're gonna have to put on the best card that they can possible. They can't do what they do to us here in the States and wait 2-3 weeks before getting a card in shape and stuff like that. They do understand that they have to put on one of the best cards possible, because they're going to be in front of a hostile majority United Kingdom crowd that will shit on them if the show is less than spectacular for both nights.
Now let's keep it. Their best shows this year has not been the States. Their best shows since last year, the Castle has been that was overseas, has been their best shows. Even the Saudi Arabia shows stepped up. So they know, if you a wrestling fan, or as Triple H said, he pay attention to everything. That's one of your markets, especially the night after WrestleMania or WrestleMania. Those motherfuckers, they fly over there and stuff. And even John Cena said it in his little in that 35. Like, y'all, the decision makers in the back think that y'all take over the show, and they know what they doing, bro. So if they do get a show there, I'll guarantee you it's gonna be one of their best shows, because you can't, like you just said, you cannot do the bullshit you do over here, over there. You can't.
And
one thing.
The only thing I was just going to say, and then I will just let Stephen go. The only thing I'm going to say is, like, when this does happen, the bloodline will not be around.
Oh no!
So you can't count on the bloodline to carry you through the pay-per-view. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's best for you to build the stars that you can build up right now, like LA Knight, like the the ones that came from NXT. You know what I'm saying? Like this is the time now to build up the tomorrow stars. But it just seems like the WWE, it's just they don't know how to, or they don't want to. I think that's what that is. Like they don't want to. Like the people is choosing for you, but this is more so about management, aka you know, and it's pissing me off.
And that's why I said I'm glad that someone put their fucking foot down this show and changed that order. And I'm not going to this show was good. It was good. It had its moments where it was like, oh, what the fuck? But it was a good show. And but when it comes to making stars, it's not that they don't want to. I think they just forgot how to. They forgot how to motivate motherfuckers into being, hey, you're not just here to be chilling the back and doing TikTok videos. Hey, we need to make you a household name.
They need to do their part. Is what I was about to say. They need to do their part.
Ken, not to cut you off though, but Ken, you're gonna have to forgive, Ziggy. Ziggy tries to throw shade and he misses. You know what I'm saying? The problem is with him is that he continuously keeps shooting blanks. And he tried to keep hitting me, but he keep missing. I keep saying that he need to work on his aim, and I'm not talking about like.
So he's saying Ziggy's like Trick Williams.
He
tries to be mellow, but he ends up being Trick.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. Like when it comes to him when it comes to his shooting, I'm not talking about him standing over a toilet, but I'm talking about him throwing shade at me, and he keeps missing. But I digress.
And Real, go ahead, Real, do your thing, bro.
Man, damn, I forgot what I was about to say. Now I remember. I was gonna say that the comment on y'all talking about them pushing a new generation and stuff like that. The reason I'm critical on creative and I feel like it's their fault is because, all right, perfect example. And we talked about me, Chris, and Reese and Zig talked about this during our Discord when we was watching the show. You notice how much effort they put into that bloodline vignette before the match began. And it chronicalized everything. So that's years of material, right? That same amount of effort that you put into that storyline, if you put at least 50% of that effort into other storylines on the show, then the show
that
would
is
be
half the fucking roster.
At least 50. Yeah. I'm talking about at least 50% of effort.
I wouldn't even put 50. Give me 25. It's like they're not even trying.
Right.
I mean, but my whole thing is like, bro, Stefan was right on the money. Like, you put money, time, effort, and all this shit in one fucking storyline. And you can, like, that shit can spin out. Like, I don't understand, like, you telling me that you that damn, like, have a one-track mind that you tell me you cannot focus on, like, different storylines. And I mean, but I would say this. It's been a long time since I've seen WWE create new storylines all in one pay-per-view. That's what they did tonight. And I will give them that much credit. But I'm sorry, but for the last 3 years, you've been focused on the bloodline and nothing else. And everybody else have literally suffered. The product has suffered because of their inability to multitask, if you get what I mean.
And that's why I think while they're closing the chapter, because I know we're gonna go to the next match, but while they close the chapter on the bloodline, if you think about it, they're trying to open up layers to the Judgment Day. Like now we're seeing some friction, and now we're seeing some stuff in the bloodline. We're seeing some. We're gonna see some things. Hopefully Monday. I hope they start the show with it. Honestly,
they need to
start the show. I mean, you start the show with it and stuff like that, because we're seeing that we're going towards the end of the bloodline. It probably in that SummerSlam, it probably weasel its way all the way to WrestleMania, however long. But we're getting towards the end of this story.
Mm-hmm.
You got to have something ready. You got to have more than just something. You got to have other things, like I just said, other things ready, because once that's going, what you got in your hand.
Exactly.
If we play, like,
exactly.
Right, damage control, falling apart. You know,
Yep.
you getting stories out of that. Even though Dakota's hurt, you still getting a story out of that. You getting stories that help. Don't get me started, but you also making household names out of these guys now. Put them in the right position. Zoe Stark, put them in the right position.
Exactly. And that's all we ask for as wrestling fans. I don't feel like that's we're asking for much. That's all we're asking for as wrestling fans, and that's it. That's the formula. Just put in a little bit of effort. You know what I'm saying? Put in some effort up and down on the card, not just on your main money making storyline. Put it up and down on the card. If you have the whole entire like program centered around like storytelling and stuff like that, then you'll go a long way. Many people shit. There's some people that shit on AEW, but one thing you can't shit on AEW about is that more often than not, majority of their card has some story behind it, some sort of story that goes on for time and time.
The shits on AEW is they don't know some of the stories. Like I think we talked about this. I want to get into. Well, we talked about the CM Punk Samoa Joe. No motherfuckers. A lot of people didn't know about that. So. Like why do people stand up and cheer? They just stand. There's a story behind that. It's the AEW is more about history.
Yeah,
and the story.
And as a matter of fact, I'm glad you brought it up because Triple H also said that it's harder than it sounds to bring WrestleMania to London, which I'm trying to figure out how. But it's definitely something that they want to do. I think they're coming up with fucking excuses.
It's hard.
I think what they're scared of is that it, with not having that's a hard commute for American fans to make the travel. I think that's what they were nervous about at first, but I think the low key AEW helped make this more of a reality than anything. That's the thing. Yes. That's the thing. Bottom line, if I guarantee you, and I want to ask y'all this. I want to ask, my co-host this. I want to ask everybody that's watching this show right now this question. If AEW was not having All In at Wembley Stadium in the UK, would the talks of WrestleMania even go into London be a discussion?
Not at all.
And that's why I said earlier, the success that the AEW All In does is it go be the factor of a WrestleMania, a 2-night WrestleMania about it, and saying, like you said earlier, real happening in London. So they got the tickets already. Now that show, again, I'm gonna say it again, it's going to succeed. We go talk about WrestleMania probably in London 2-3 years.
Yeah, 2025 more than likely. I know that they got Philadelphia next year, which is 2024. 2025, the rumor is more likely Tennessee or some other state like that. So probably looking at 2026.
And
Saban think that they're going to go to Saudi Arabia.
I mean, they got some of the old wrestlers they want. So.
Right.
But anyways,
I'm just saying.
That's very true.
Hold on, but I don't. But here's the thing. I think AEW wouldn't go to Saudi because one thing AEW has always had compared to WWE is AEW, the majority of their roster, and including Tony Khan himself, has morals. So if they have a good percentage of their roster that does not like the philosophy over there, because you got to remember, most of their roster is LGBTQ.
Yeah.
So
that's very true.
So they would not go over there.
I'll say AEW to Tokyo Dome. Like,
Tokyo, I mean, because they already working with, they already working with
Tokyo
New Japan.
Dome,
So,
we already in Wembley, so they can do Tokyo Dome. They can go to I think that's Ireland, where they can go to other places.
Wales.
So
Anyways,
let's go on to the next match. What was the next match?
Women's ladder Money in the Bank, and you want to talk about making new stars? This match made one with Miss Money in the Bank because Io Sky, we knew the stuff she could do at NXT. We've seen her do it off of War Games and stuff, but Io, let's just go to the finish because
I think that's
crazy. I've seen some crazy finishes in my time, but this one was a thing of beauty because taking the handcuffs, which by the way, Trish and Zoe had put on Becky,
Mm-hmm.
but then like using the other one to handcuff Bailey, and like they both stuck between the ladder. I was like,
Her partner,
Absolutely genius.
yes.
her partner. But see,
Her partner.
let's put.
But Bailey
I was
shoved
about
her
to say,
off a
I'm about
couple
to say, let's
minutes
put this in
beforehand.
before.
So,
She shoved her off the ladder,
Mm-hmm.
and
yep.
Karma's a motherfucker.
yes,
Mm-hmm.
and you had so many stories in this match. You had Becky, Trish, and Zoe. You had the was Io and Bailey go work
Bailey.
together. Or when we all knew it was gonna happen. When was Bailey going, stabbing her back? Um, then you had
Becky and Bailey.
the Becky and
There's
Bailey
some.
history, and
Yep.
one thing I am gonna say, Miss Vega, Miss Black, stop bringing that goddamn slipper. I'm tired of you with the different color slippers.
Stop bringing too much weave in your hair.
Oh my!
And I'm not gonna lie, this is not even coming from a hate standpoint.
She
She was a little
was like
sloppy in
she
that
should have
match
got
too.
packed up, and Charlotte should have came in.
She was
And
she was
I'll
nervous.
tell you.
I think that was like a big. That's one of her like big spots. But to like, shout out to him. I'm gonna say his words. It's the I'm sorry era. Remember, she was fired. She was
Indeed.
fired. And so you're making it up to her. You made it up to her when she came back. You made her the queen. Then you made her miss the 9/11 show. So
You
now
ain't do shit with that either.
yeah, you put her put in the title match in her home country of home native country of
And
Puerto
didn't
Rico.
do shit with that either.
Now you're putting the money in the bank. She's not Liv Morgan. She's not the Liv Morgan that y'all trying to like y'all did Liv Morgan. She's not.
Yes.
She's not. Okay.
Yes.
The thing is, the fucked up part is she know how to wrestle. She know how to wrestle. I seen her. She know how to wrestle. So I don't know, but like besides her, you had so many stories and so much stuff. And like Reese just said, the most interesting thing is how the most creative thing I ever saw somebody do is handcuff two people between the ladder, but it can't go because I was scared out my ass. I thought Becky Lynch was going to win. I was scared out my ass. I wanted Hero, but
especially because they kept hyping up like that's the only thing Becky did.
They're trying to add it to her resume. I was fucking like, oh my god, don't you do this? What?
So I'm gonna ask y'all this question. Since EO is Miss Money in the Bank, do y'all have any potential fears that they may, WWE, the brass upstairs may fuck this up like they done with Asuka?
I said this from the jump as soon as she got the case. I think she's going to be the first one that doesn't have a successful cash in.
Now, wait, you said fuck it up like Asuka?
Yeah, yeah, they gave Asuka like a run here and there, giving her a title run. I mean, hell, she has a title run now, but for the most part, it's still at times it feels like Asuka is not really a priority when it comes to champions on the shows at times. You know what I'm saying? And you know how WWE has a bias against women. I mean, we're not women, but a bias against international talents at times. So that's kind of my worry there for EO.
This their second chance right here. Don't fuck it up.
And then too, EO versus Asuka.
Yeah, see that's what I was gonna ask. Like, cause I think the way they building up Asuka, Charlotte, and Bianca, I think that's gonna be the triple threat match for SummerSlam. But that'd be a good chance for her to.
Charlotte needs to stay the fuck away. Her weave, her fucked up makeup and shit. Like she didn't need to stay away. No. I don't want Charlotte anywhere near a title. She don't need to be in the title. What she should do is deal with Bianca Belair. Deal with her. Then they can move on.
That's gonna be that's gonna be where that's going to be how the feud comes about because of the triple threat. Because they're going to cost each other, and then they're going to have their Charlotte's first non-title feud.
Mm-hmm. No, you mean Charlotte, a good Charlotte non-title feud? Because everything that's not title was not good at all. Any of them. But I think the reason I said that because if you want her to cash it in the traditional cash-in way, I would do it that way and then start a feud with her, Asuka, because I honestly don't want to see her take the briefcase and try to cash in on Rhea. Because because then that's when the scary thing that's gonna happen is that she's, like you said earlier, Reese, she's gonna be the first one not to win the title because
I
they
don't
gonna
think.
try to book her strong.
I think she's going to go after Asuka. That is
Yes,
her.
yes.
That is her mortal enemy. Like she's going to go after her.
Former partners.
Former partners, but
They
yeah, that's her
former
mortal enemy, and
Yes.
she is going to go after her. Like they've been putting like little plants, like seeds,
Yes.
in like their upcoming feud or whatever. So that's what I say. It would make sense for her to go after her versus going after Rhea. Rhea, I don't know. She's stuck in the cloud somewhere. I don't know what the fuck is going on with that over there.
They don't.
But
Rhea said it. They don't know what to do with her.
They don't.
But
So,
I would love to see I would love to see an EO and Asuka because shout out to Stormy because Stormy had this in my head. Like, why the hell y'all having those subtitles when they talking Japanese and shit? They be ripping it.
Right, because I don't know what the fuck these bitches are saying. I know.
Right. I was about to say that's the one, and this is one of the problems that when you have international, especially like people of Japan who like don't speak English as a second language, is that you could subtitle like promos and stuff, but it's like when you try to cut things live, it's like you pretty much have to put the promo on the screen, and like whatever they're going to say beforehand, you gotta like get that before the show, then translate it, and then when they're speaking, and then when they're speaking live, then you gotta have the words up on the trial so like everybody knows what they're saying.
Dog, this is 2023. We could go right now as we speak. We could go on our phones, put the phone down, and the shit would translate what someone say. So why you can't have that shit in your camera ready?
We have apps that you can translate. Like the fuck.
So have that shit ready on live, because man, I mean, honestly, they be talking Japanese, and I gotta wait 2-3 days to fucking read it because I already know it's hot. Because Oscar be doing the movement,
right?
And, I'm like, I know already hot.
I'm like, I was like, oh my gosh, she called her a bitch. Oh my god,
I was like, that one
we
promo,
knew it.
They was cussing like a
I knew that word was a bitch because he said it 3 times. I knew it.
Yeah, I was like, bitch, right? So anyway. Let's go on to the next match. Seth Rollins versus
Yeah, speaking of petty, yeah. Woo-hoo-hoo. Yeah, Seth Rollins was killing with that damn entrance, man, because and I don't know which one of y'all said it in the Discord, but I was like, yeah, that he was intentionally pissing Finn Balor off.
Great camera work, because every time they had they point right at the Finn, and you can see Finn his lip was going up. He was
getting pissed off by the second.
This is gonna be a fight. And it didn't disappoint. Let's put it like this: it didn't disappoint.
Yeah.
1 and 2. I don't know about you fellas, but that shit was better than their SummerSlam match.
Yeah, and let me get it. I think which one of y'all is real? Let me go back to your point. Like, but you talked about the bloodline vignettes, the one that they put with Seth and Finn for this match, and the one. Well, actually, it was the one from like Monday, and I had actually forgotten about that. Seth walked out when Finn had to forfeit.
Yeah.
Oh, that was Zig. That was Zig that brought that up. Yeah, Zig. Yeah, that was Ziggy that brought it up. Yeah, he brought up the fact that when Finn 7 years ago had to vacate the Universal title, that Seth Rollins came out there and was actually laughing in his face.
Yeah, I didn't even know that.
And,
I'm sorry,
I didn't even know that shit.
Was you done?
Yeah.
Real, was you done? Oh, okay. I didn't want to. But the one thing I thought, now you really want to go back. You remember both of them came back the same year, almost the same year from the injuries. When Finn came back, he was a surprise partner with Seth and Jeff Hardy, I think it was, and not Jeff Hardy, I think Jeff Hardy. And the next WrestleMania was a triple threat match with kind of title with Seth, Finn, and Miz. So I thought they should have done it right there, but it made more sense to wait, I guess, because it made the story more personal. and the booking for this match, like, yo, I don't care where you go. If you piss in the bathroom, I'm gonna beat your ass. You know, Finn was following Seth, whooping that ass. So
Mm-hmm.
I was feeling that, but when they went back and put that footage on, it just added more gasoline to the fire because, like you just said, people forgot about that. Everybody remember when he handed the belt back to Mick. Everybody remember that Seth came back and said, "Oh, you should," but no one remembered that Seth was actually laughing at him at the entranceway
Mm-hmm.
and walked away. So I'm sorry, I'm gonna put it like this. It reminded me of when you get the bad guy in the MCU, a story that you actually could root for the bad guy on. I was
Mm-hmm.
like, I kind of feel for Finn on this one. Like, yeah, you was laughing at him, Finn. You should whoop his ass.
You should, yeah,
Right,
right. Fuck him up. Now the
right.
match itself, it was. I mean, it was okay. They was telling the story. I mean, I wanted some more violence, but Finn Balor did pick it up in intensity, like toward the end of the match, whatever. And then here comes the new Money in the Bank winner, Damian Priest. He comes out there and just stands. He didn't really do anything, but he did cost. He did do it like a little distraction, you know what I'm saying? Because when Finn Balor tried to go for the what's that? The
Coup de
Coup de grace.
yeah, he tried to go for his finisher, and he paused for like a second, and that second cost him because then he lost the match afterwards, whatever. And then him and Damian Priest was like arguing after the match, whatever, and just Seth Rollins got the last laugh. So
But
Yeah.
did you hear what Michael Cole said?
what do you say?
He said that Finn did the same thing to him during his title match. So they are planting that seed. And
Very well.
And I
yeah.
got
Yeah.
that should be the first. That should be the first thing we see on Monday.
Mm-hmm.
That might be.
That's
But
just
and you
our
know
first,
what?
yeah.
And then you go back to really tie it in. You remember when JD was talking with Finn, and then Damien was approaching, and then like Damien brought that up to him, and it was like, yeah, and Finn responded, yeah, if you won Money in the Bank, would you think about cashing in on me? Now it's like, dude. Damn, I was about to say, and when I saw Priest coming down, I was like, no, he wouldn't.
Yes, the hell
But
he
at the
would've.
same time, I was like, with the way this show is going, I wouldn't have been surprised if it did happen. But I was like, at the same time, I was bringing up in our Discord chat, I was like, oh, you want to really screw this up? How about Seth wins this match, then Priest casts in and then beats Seth? Now it's like, oh, you thought Finn was bitter for them 7 years when he got injured and had to forfeit. Let him lose the Seth, and then on the same day, Damien cashes in and beats Seth for that world title.
He be so pissed off. He be so pissed off.
Now he would be in permanent demon mode.
Oh yeah, there's no more purple mask wearing. It's all spray paint.
All spray paint. So let's go to the main event, the Civil War.
I want Chris. I want to request real quick. I want to set you up on this one, right? Because I already know where you finna go with this. So I want to set it up so you can cook. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I want to set it up for y'all. So let's just cut to the chase. Y'all already know how the match ended. I just want to say right now, our beloved co-host here, Chris, has been saying for months. And when I say months, I mean months, probably a little longer than months, maybe a year, about a year. He has been saying that with this bloodline storyline, it began with Jay, it should end with Jay. Even when people were bringing up the Cody Rhodes talks, the John Cena talks, blah, 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 blah. He stuck to his gun and said that it began with Jay and should end with Jay. Never turned away from that. So we fast forward to today. So for the first time in 3.5 years, Roman Reigns takes a pinfall to Jay Uso. So I want to go ahead. I want to step back a little bit. I want to go ahead and get the floor to Mr. Team Bring It so he can go in because he's been holding this shit in.
So
Let him
The floor
cook.
is yours.
I tried to tell y'all for the longest, even the ones that was at the cookout or whatever, even when their fucking reports, and talking about, I know this person, I know that person, and their fucking reports was fucking false. This shit didn't even make any motherfucking sense. And I tried to tell these people, I have been watching wrestling for 30 fucking years, and I've like literally been trying to tell people that wrestling is about logic. Okay, if you know how to book something, if you know how to book a timeline, that you were already seeing on the fucking wall that they were building Jey Uso from day fucking one. It was not about fucking Cody Rhodes. It was not about fucking John Cena. It was not about fucking Drew McIntyre. It was about building the person named Who is Jey fucking Uso. And I tried to tell people that from the get-go. But do you think that these fucking stupid ass neckbeard motherfuckers had some, even the type of like brain cells to know that Chris might be on to something? No, it was about Cody Rhodes. Oh, well, we took Cody Rhodes from AEW, so now he's about to be the new WWE undisputed WWE champion.
Y'all see the steam come from?
Hallelujah.
I mean, I'm listen.
Y'all see the steam?
I tried to tell people this shit. I tried to tell people this shit 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, a year ago, and these motherfuckers still didn't get the fucking message. So let's fast forward to this about an hour ago. Jey Uso is not even a singles competitor. Let me say that shit again. Jey Uso is not even a singles competitor. All right? He is a tag team specialist that has been involved in a storyline for 3 fucking years. It's probably one of the greatest storylines WWE has ever produced. This is how you build a star, everyone. And even it's in their own family, in their family, they has built a star. Jey, we went from Who is Jey to the person that has pinned Roman Reigns for the very first time in 3 fucking years. So it does not matter if you have been a wrestling fan for 30 years, 40 years, or damn near on your deathbed. It really doesn't even matter. If you do not know the thing called logic, then everything that you know in professional wrestling is literally irrelevant. Because I tried to tell you. I tried to tell you. Matter of fact, the reports even said that there was a possibility that Roman was going to get pinned. Because if Solo got pinned, it really wouldn't make any fucking sense. The real impact would have been Roman getting pinned for the first time in 3 years. But who was going to do that? Motherfuckers was up there talking about Jimmy was going to... No, this is not about Jimmy. This is about Jey Uso. Because what's going to end up happening because of this shit, Roman is going to be obsessed of destroying Jey because now Jey has done the impossible. He has pinned your tribal chief, something that people said that would never ever fucking happen. And I told y'all motherfuckers this from the get-go. If you look at the storyline, this is about building fucking Jey Uso. Even Paul Heyman have said this shit on SmackDown. They said they are grooming this man to be the next tribal chief. But yet y'all still was talking about fucking Cody Rhodes. And what happened today? This man was the first person to pin Roman Reigns. And not even a singles competitor. This man is a tag team specialist. He is a fucking twin that has been on fire for the last year or so. That is how you build a star. And I digress, and I move on to SummerSlam. Jey Uso versus Roman Reigns for the undisputed championship, and I bet you millions and trillions of dollars. I bet you on my fucking life savings that Jey Uso is going to be your next WWE undisputed champion. And if I'm wrong, then that means that all this shit is a waste of time. And I digress. And I move.
Can I tag in?
I can't.
I can't. Listen, I cannot go to that level because see, we actually us three right here and our brothers has been witness to this for a year and a half, But the fact that how the match was, it was straight up like a Roman Reigns match, and it was scary but storytelling of this, like you said, this storyline has one of the best WWE has ever done. Probably dare I say, way better than the DX Nation, way better than Austin versus McMahon. This shit has been Kaplan had layers, and it went back to the beginning. The first match, Jey versus Roman, the kick out, the pow, the low, the right, and he went back to that. They kicked out. He tried to do the stack 'em. They kicked out the stack 'em. You couldn't.
That part.
Roman lost his damn mind to the point that Solo said, "Hey, smack out! Hey, come on, let's go!" No, this motherfucker was in the ring crying. Roman's in the ring crying like, "I can't," blah blah. And the right Uso got the pin. Because if they would have said Jimmy would just been a sacrificial lamb.
Mm-hmm.
Jey was the right man, and that they actually had Roman get pinned made it more impactful than if you would have had pinned Solo. What does Solo losing was that? Well, listen, Solo lost the last match, if you don't remember. But Roman winning, after, like you just said, y'all said it on SmackDown. Paul Heyman said, "We are grooming you to be the next tribal chief." How you gonna be the next tribal chief? This is just like the Animal Kingdom. If you try to be the next lion, the king of the jungle, you got to beat the king. You can't beat no damn Justin. You can't beat no damn Prince. You got to beat the king. Jimmy just beat the king. Jimmy is next in line. Not Jimmy, Jey. Excuse me. Jey is just beat the king, and now all it is now is the coronation about to happen. SummerSlam main event, and gotta be the main event. The World Heavyweight Championship could be down there. This is not about you. This is about the McGriddle. God damn it, the Finn, the McGriddle.
About the McGriddle.
The McGriddle is the main event.
The W McGriddle. Mm-hmm.
So I gotta play devil's advocate on this one. I asked this in our group chat. You already know I'm finna ask it up here on air. Enforcer, Chris, the birthday boy Reese, you already know what I'm finna ask y'all. With Jey getting the pinfall, and pinning Roman for the first time 3.5 years, and I'm playing devil's advocate, mind you. Let's say that Jey does not win at SummerSlam, and they are, in fact, building this for a rematch between Roman and Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania next year. No, hear me out. The fact that Roman has taken a pin, does that diminish completely us even wanting to even see that happen at this point? Because he took a pin. He lost. He took an L. Does it loses its impact if they do have that match planned for next year?
Like, the thing is that Cody Rhodes, honestly, his story ended. I mean, it ended. That shouldn't even been. It shouldn't even been a story. It should have been like if he was going to get the title, then me completing my story shouldn't even been the highlight for WrestleMania, on the road to WrestleMania this year. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't even been. So basically, Cody Rhodes, this should be a redemption story. If we're going to say like storylines or whatever, it should be a redemption storyline, not finishing the story. Your story was over. It was over and done with, especially now. You know what I'm saying? Now, if he's going to reroute and go back to Roman, it should be a redemption storyline. That's what it should be. The story with, I need to get the title for my daddy. Fuck your, excuse me. I don't want to say fuck your daddy, but right now, your daddy is irrelevant to what's going on right now. Roman's already been pinned. This is the fact of who's going to get the title. Yep. That's where we're at right now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And if Jay does not get the title at SummerSlam, then this will be all for nothing. That pin that he took today would have been all for nothing. Because right now you just made Roman mortal. So it's the fact of who is going to take that title away from Roman.
That's the word I was looking for. That's the word I was looking for. You made him. You dropped him down a peg or two.
Mm-hmm.
He was in the
out of God mode.
Yeah, he was in God mode. This is God mode. This is God mode. You brought him down to our level now. You are normal. You are
normal. You are like me. So, you bleed.
Right. You bleed red. You don't bleed gold. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is this: if they don't drop the belt to Jay SummerSlam and they do keep this going to Cody, you now it's not even about Cody. It's about how long can Roman survive now. It's not like all right, you got pinned, so now you in survival mode. You in the jungle by yourself with all these killers, all these predators, hungry. Like, oh shit, we just saw him get pinned.
The most dangerous ones are all in your family.
Right,
dangerous one in your family. You still got a damn a Punisher. Damian Priest wants some gold. He got a briefcase that said, "Hey, he got pinned. I might have to look in his direction now." You know. And you got this, like you just said, not a story, not a finished story, because like you said, your father's story is gone now. Now it's time for a Cody Rhodes story. Because see, what happened was you put too much pressure on your ass for the first story. Now you need to make a new story. You need to make a new Harry Potter story. You know what I'm saying? You can't. That story's done. You gotta do something for your family, for your legacy. And if that means if you're the chosen one to beat him for the title, it's not about daddy. It's about Cody now. It's about what you go show your legacy to your daughter when she see a picture of you with the belt and say, "Oh, did you win that belt, or did you just pose the belt and then you took the picture and put it next to your dresser?"
Ooh, that's a bar. I like that.
So my thing is when it comes to Cody, right now, Cody need to get some momentum. Because you've been downhill since WrestleMania. Like they put you, like we got to build your. I think someone said it earlier. You got to pay your dues back to that moment. Right now, it's all about Jay.
And see, I'm not gonna lie. I was one of those people that's like, I just wanted him to go through a struggle, and I'm kind of getting what I wanted with that. I mean, he's going through a struggle. That's all I wanted. Like, because I'm not gonna lie, and there's probably people in the chat that's probably are still under the assumption that Cody should have won at WrestleMania. I was one of the people that said he shouldn't have won at WrestleMania, because if you just count from the time he got back, I'm not talking about when he tore his pectoral muscle or anything like that. I'm talking about from the time he got back at Royal Rumble, leading up to the pay-per-view, Cody did not really go through a struggle at all.
He didn't wrestle that much.
It was mostly in-ring promos. He got a win over Solo. He didn't get back jumped by the Usos or anything like that, or nothing like that on the road to WrestleMania. That's all I asked for, was him to go through a little bit of a struggle. But if you compare it, here's the crazy thing that I'm finna hit people with. You compare his struggle to Jay's struggle. Jay's struggle is more important.
Yeah.
Yes, because it's going to be a struggle between now and SummerSlam.
Yeah,
it's going to be a struggle.
More important because it goes back 3 years for all of the world to see. Everything began with him.
I would say not even from now to SummerSlam. We talk about this dude was like an emotional wreck. Like if you go to the whole storyline, this the dude that gave us the emotions. This the dude that gave us.
Oh, no, that's not what I meant. That's not what I meant. Like I get that. I get that part. The thing is, like, okay, you pinned him, but the thing is, can you do the rest? Because right now Roman is still the tribal chief. He's still the tribal chief. He still have not, like, no one have beat him for that title in 3 years. Roman has. I mean, like, Jay has did part one. Now he has to do part 2. So he has to, like, no one has beat him for that title. He got beat for a non-title. But
how about
now
this, Jay? I would say, how
Go
about
ahead.
this? Jay got to finish his story now.
Oh, very much so. If there's anybody that needs to finish his story, it is Jey Uso. But it's not going to be easy. Because the next time he faced Roman, it's going to be a struggle. This is literally going to be World War II.
Let me tell you what this loss did. Let me tell you what this loss also did. This loss is going to bring Roman Reigns to work every fucking damn week now. This shit is going to fuck with his head. It's no more, I'm going to take a break. I'm coming to work. I'm going to make your life live in hell. Every Friday night, I'm going to be there. Ain't no, and the champ returns. No, he's going to be there.
And he's going to, and I'm going to tell you this too. If I see how this is going to go, he's going to take out the one person that means the most to Jay. He is going to beat the living shit out of Jimmy. And he's going to take him out and leave. Yes, but Solo is still going to be the wild card in this story. And I think he's going to turn on Roman at SummerSlam.
I think Roman's going to turn on him before that. I think Roman's going to blame him for the loss, even though Roman was the one that took the pin.
It's going to be a slow burn, though.
It's going to be a slow burn. Enforcer, you hit something right on the head there. I want to kind of double back to. You're right. Roman is in survival mode because, like you said, not only does he have to worry about Jay and Jimmy, he also has to worry about Solo. He has to worry about Damian Priest, who's carrying a briefcase right now. He has to worry about Cody Rhodes doubling back somehow. There's so many different angles. He realizes now he don't have his protective blanket anymore. So he has struggles coming from everywhere. He's going to have to be on high alert. High alert struggle creates paranoia.
If you think about it in a way, Cody's work, although Cody didn't finish the story, his words are still coming a little prophetic now because, now he is a chief without a tribe, basically.
He's a chief without a tribe.
You think of, and I also think about something else. Seeing how they were in the skybox just before this interview.
I was gonna mention that.
You think of what Sammy tried to warn Roman about when it came to abuse, and then you think of all the things that he kept telling Jay when they were meeting in private and stuff, and it's like now, the bloodline, it's that Jimmy and Jay didn't go down with the ship, and now Roman's staying there, and you know what? I could also do another point to counter with this one. You know what this loss could also do? Remember how Hogan acted when Luger beat him for the world title?
He started blaming everybody, and
but not only that, but then you saw how he got a little more vicious when he won it back.
Yeah.
That we could also see that out of Roman too. Now that he suffered that first loss.
But that's what we said. He's going to be at work every week now, and he's going to make someone's life live in hell. And I think I love what Brenda just said. Don't forget those elders that gave him that lay when he beat Jay. Don't forget his daddy, his uncles, and
Afasika,
his cousin. You know, those that family is deep. You know, so he could he would have to answer for that because you've been giving people a lot of hell, Mr. Tribal Chief. Like this is your shit. So you gotta, I mean, it's not like we just said all this, but on the other side, remember how vicious Roman could get.
That's true.
I think it's going to be worse this time because like I said, he's going to lash out on everybody. But his center attention is going to be Jay, and Jay. This is going to be a psychological warfare between these two. You know what I'm saying? Because Roman is going to do everything in his power to discredit him. It's going to get nasty between these two.
Roman is going to be the one to demand the match. He's going to demand that they have a match. He's going to demand that they have the match at SummerSlam because, like you said, his pride, his ego, his confidence, all of that has been shattered, all because he took a pitfall tonight.
And remember, who's there to milk that ego? The wise man.
The wise man.
Jay calls him the snake.
Paul would say the right words to fire you to fuck up. You saw what he said. He said the match during the match.
Especially during the match.
He said, telling you,
he's gonna be the one that's in charge of your son.
Your kids to sit at his table.
Remember, the match was slow. The match was slow. He was getting angry. He's like, hey, once he said that, that man went in there and beat the damn brakes. So
off both Jimmy and Jay.
So just imagine what he's gonna say to this to Paul Heyman is an evil fucking genius. We all know this.
Yeah.
And he will say the right things that's gonna get that man to beat the shit out of anybody, not just Jay, because that's who you gonna really want to hurt. But anybody that bumps into him in the hallway, anybody that says something, hell, dare I say in the WWE, drop some coffee on his shirt, they gonna get their ass whooped.
He gonna see two random jabronis in the corner having a conversation. He's gonna get paranoid. He's like, oh, y'all talking about me? Y'all talking about me? Like he's gonna paranoia.
And what's the scary thing about a champion that's paranoid? Stone Cold did the paranoia. Hulk Hogan did the paranoia. It's an old Roman saying, one against all. And that's what it is now. It's him against everybody. This is gonna be a good story towards SummerSlam now.
Yeah, like just what Brenda said, like this story has gotten even better. Like this is the final chapter. Like literally we're in the final chapter now.
You could do a whole damn DVD. Whole DVD or something with this bloodline story.
Exactly.
WWE, what they've been doing is like every time a major like update happens, they constantly update the bloodline storyline video that they put on like YouTube and Facebook and stuff. Right now, it's almost up to 2 hours.
I mean, I got in my collection, I got the rivalries and stuff. Like I just said, Austin versus McMahon, so like that. That's gonna be the next one. That's gonna be a documentary. You know what they do now is a 24 documentary stuff. That's gonna be 24 bloodline. I'm telling you, they're gonna have everybody talk about what they had to do to get with this, because this has been very interesting, and it's keeping WWE it's keeping them in a great momentum going, because remember WWE was sinking for a while, and this shit just picked up.
They were. So everyone, I appreciate you guys coming on the show, and especially my co-host. Love y'all. So what we're going to do is we're going to wrap up. We're going to first let me. I'm gonna put out a video that Stormy did. It's about our show that we were actually having on Twitter. We just opened up a new Twitter space, whatever. We used to be the Cookout, but now, well, I'll let Stormy explain to you guys.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, a message from Stormy.
Twitter Spaces, a group of podcasts has come together. Gathered members from YouTube, TikTok, and they have all gathered at one hotel off Jabroni Drive, off Rudy Poo Avenue, at the corner of Know Your Role and Shut Your Mouth Boulevard. Ladies and gentlemen of Twitter, presented to you by #HealsForLife, we give you the greatest hotel in all of wrestling talk spaces. This is the SmackDown Hotel.
I'm a winner.
That's my boy.
SmackDown Hotel.
Yes.
The fact that he had the Nakamura violin.
Hey, that was I was laughing my ass off when I first saw it. This motherfucker is a trip, man. God bless Stormy.
Yes, God bless him. So yeah, so final thoughts, everyone. Any final thoughts before we depart?
Uh,
Yeah,
well,
I actually did have one to go back to Seth. You know what it's the one thing I think that he could have brought up promo wise lead up to the match, because there's a one factor that I don't think I heard anybody mention, that Seth would have came back and finished like, oh, you talked about, you want to know why I said you got bitter, I got better? Yeah, you talk about you getting hurt and having to forfeit a championship. Yeah, do you remember a year before you forfeited one, I had a knee injury that cost me the WWE championship? Oh, and then remember what I did my very first match back? Yeah, won the title.
yes, he did.
All right, now granted, they Dean had cashed in the Money in the Bank on him, and he wound up losing it. But still, I was thinking, man, if Seth would have came back at that with that little mention, I was like, then would have had no answer.
That's
It'd been
true.
funny if he said, "At least I had to go back to NXT," but you know that's what.
Oh, yeah, that is
Very
true.
much so.
I I I just want to say this real quick as my final thoughts. WWE has been putting on pretty, for the most part, quality PLEs this year. The shocking thing, and I want to bring this to y'all attention too. Do y'all realize that this year there's only been maybe like I think only two PLEs that have been stateside. The rest have been overseas, in different countries. You had Elimination Chamber in Montreal. You had Backlash in Puerto Rico. You had uh,
Night of
Cla-
Champions in Saudi
Night of
Arabia.
Champions in Saudi Arabia, and then tonight you had Money in the Bank at the O2 in London. So I'm just hoping that now that they're coming back stateside for the first time in many, many months for a PLE, especially with it being SummerSlam, hopefully they give us one of the best SummerSlams that we have had in a long time. Uh, that's all I really have to say. I'm just hoping for the best when it comes to WWE. Just give us a damn good SummerSlam. That's all we ask for.
Oh, man. So I'll probably do a little plugs here. We already mentioned the Twitter say SmackDown Hotel, which was lit, numbers getting up. So congratulations there. We also got TikTok. Numbers getting up there, right, Chris?
Mm-hmm.
On
Right
TikTok.
now we are at 17. Let me see. I think 1728 right now. Yeah.
Okay, right. So we getting numbers up there. We not just on YouTube, Facebook. We getting a lot of numbers, and we on audio. So congratulations there. When it comes to this show, some key footnotes that we didn't mention are the fact that Liv Morgan pinned Ronda Rousey back-to-back years in the Money in the Bank. Three,
And third time.
and for the third time, which I think she got a winning record on Ronda Rousey, I think. And that not only that I think right now, I think we probably saw the death of the women's tag team titles. I'm sorry, but they gotta go. They just gotta go. But it's gonna be an interesting ride to SummerSlam. I'm gonna agree with Real on this one. It gotta be possibly looking on paper, probably the best SummerSlam that they had in a while. And they need to keep this momentum going. And hopefully, if, like I said, when AEW do have this a successful All In, we will see a WrestleMania over there, because I think those people in London deserve one. They deserve a WrestleMania, and so hopefully that will come out. What's that? 2020, 26. Yeah, that's about it. The right people to me won the Money in the Bank.
Hey, King Mike.
Yeah, I wanted LA Knight, but I had nothing. No disrespect to Damian Priest. He deserves it for the hard work he has been doing, and that's all I gotta say.
And
Okay,
I had to say that, first of all, this week was like Christmas for me, because Forbidden Door Sunday had a good decent Dynamite. Save that trash ass And yes, All Star, if you somehow watch this, I am going to say that trash ass promo that Jungle Boy did on Wednesday.
Try.
Oh, by the way, yeah,
Wanna
because
listen to Suffer Succotash.
Collision is on right now, but as y'all can see, I was
Yeah.
not going to watch that BS this evening. I just
Dog. I want to. Yo, I'm not even gonna kid you. I forgot that shit came
trying to tell you, like I told you, like
Yeah, that would probably be the only forgettable part, especially since Max is wrestling apparently.
And yeah, Sean,
that's another story.
And Sean, you're right. Yes, London is an untapped market that they take for granted.
Yo,
let me keep
Toronto and London. Yo, y'all brought it this whole weekend, and I'm gonna say the best part of all, the people in the chat that was on the Discord Sunday for Forbidden Door, people in the chat here tonight. Yo, y'all gave me the best birthday week I could ever ask for, and all the wrestling fans and all of the performance that was on this week. Yeah, like I said, I could not ask for anything better.
I was gonna say that London comment. Is an untapped market when Impact sold out the O2 Arena. So yes, I need to. Yeah, London needs a WrestleMania. That's all I'm gonna say.
They do. Yeah. They do. And as far as me, I'm on my way to Chicago. I'm just gonna be hanging out or whatever. This thing is a little bit, well, it's not late, but it's just, it's only 8 o'clock, whatever. But like, when we get down there, it's like, okay, what we're going to do, like, and I'm like, shit, like, we can go to Navy Beer or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just want to hang out, this is the holiday weekend, you know what I'm saying? And it's warm outside, and I'm gonna take this advantage to, see my most favorite city and hang out and all that good shit. And, hopefully I run into a couple friends and drink and, enjoy my time down in Chicago.
I missed the Navy Pier. I haven't been there in 20 years.
Yeah, Navy Pier is dope. Yeah, I love Navy Pier. Navy Pier doesn't close until I think 12 o'clock or something like that. Hold on a second. Hold on, no, I'm sorry.
Man, don't do it. I was about to get it in the Sonic. Well, I was about to get it in.
Yeah, Mike. We kind of like.
I do want to say this real quick. As well. I forgot to mention it, like while we're doing plugs. For those of y'all that's on Facebook, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. I think YouTube, if I'm not mistaken, recently lowered their requirements to get a YouTube partnership to 500 subscribers, I believe. We're almost there, if I'm not mistaken there. So please subscribe if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel. That's #Heels for Life Wrestling Podcast on YouTube. That we'll greatly appreciate it. That'll help us nail that YouTube partnership. That'll help us continue to grow our brand and our channel and everything. That help us get us to new demographics and everything. We would greatly appreciate it if y'all can do that. Just get on there, hit that subscribe button.
Share. One more plug, and I think once Chris comes back, we're gonna be done. Our brother, R-Star got a record out called JJ.
Yes.
If you go to his website, you can download it now, or you can wait till the 7th. But support our brother. I listened to some of the tracks today. I'm loving some of the tracks. I'm gonna listen to the rest of them tonight, and I'm gonna download it. I'm not gonna wait till the 7th. I'm gonna download it. But it's a good track. So.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like y'all, the fireworks are probably going to go on this weekend. Matter of fact, starting tonight, because the 4th of July is on Tuesday, so a lot of people are probably going to be popping their fireworks tonight instead of on the 4th. I mean, they're going to pop it on the 4th of July, but probably for like the next couple of days, whatever, they're just going to be popping fireworks. So that's why. That's one of the reasons why we're going to Chicago right now, whatever, because we want to see the shenanigans and shit. So, but yeah, everybody. The next time we do a show, I know it's going to be Sunday, but we also going to be doing shows on TikTok, and on Twitter. So stay tuned for that, and remember to follow us on Twitter, #Heels for Life Wrestling Podcast, and also on the same hashtag or whatever on TikTok. And if you want to check out our merch, go to www.heelsforlife.com. Until that time, I'm your host, Mr. Team Bring It.
Reese.
I'm your birthday boy, Rockin' Reese.
Mr. Attention Getter, the Enforcer.
I'm the real
Have
Garland.
a wonderful holiday, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye, y'all.
I'm gonna get me some cake.